Hi, we're Kevin Chris Waterhouse.
And we are Travelling Australia.
We're so glad you can join us on our adventures. Living the dream. After we left the southern lost city, we continued on, heading up towards the Limmen River fishing camp. We had a couple of stops to make along the way. All the roads were in pretty good condition considering how late in the dry season it was.
We'll go into Butterfly Springs for a look. We were here 10 years ago, it was quite lovely.
We're a little bit disappointed to find that the falls weren't still flowing and there was no butterflies here this time, but it's still a very pretty place to visit. It was almost like a giant fish pond. Beautiful place to have a quick dip. We were just about to cross the causeway of the Limmen River.
That's beautiful.
This is a turn off to the Limmen River fishing camp. Rocky and nasty.
The road in is definitely not for the faint-hearted. I think you'd struggle a lot to get a conventional vehicle in here.
Well, here we are at the Limmen fishing camp. We'll stay for a week or so here, go for a bit of a fish. Awesome.
It was quite surprising how little the place had changed since our last visit, which was about 10 years ago. Just pulled up and unhooked. Limmen River fishing camp, or the Limmen River fishing camp, whichever way it comes. Nice and close to the water. A bit of evidence someone's been getting a feed of mud crabs. Decided it was time to put the boat in the water, have a bit of a look around. We weren't going to get too serious with the fishing today, we were going to leave that till tomorrow. were out exploring, we came across a couple of small crocs. They're great to see in the wild, but I'm pretty happy they're only little fellas. A nice early getaway this morning. Today's the day we go and get some fish. It was pretty surprising how close to the boat a Barra would come and smash the lure. We caught quite a few here, but they're only fairly small. Well, I finally got a decent one. We've got a few smaller ones. He's a beauty. Took it right near the boat. I saw him swim right past the lure, and I thought he went past it, but he just woofed it down. So he's coming home for dinner.
Yahoo!
He's a beauty. We only kept one fish today, but he's a beauty. About 77 centimetres we worked out, and thick. But up here, we have to actually scale them and keep the skin on the fillets. That's how you have to do it for territory. Otherwise, they can't tell what sort of fish it is or whatever if you ever get pulled over and inspected. So, scale it and then knock the fillets off. The size of these scales are huge. That's not a bad fillet. Fresh Barra. After leaving Limmen Bite, there was still plenty to see along the way towards Mataranka. This is the town's river. Be an excellent spot to stop here for a few days, but we're going to move on towards Mataranka, where we've got phone service.
Bit of a lip. Little Towns River. That's cute. How pretty is that?
We planned on camping at Tomato Island tonight. This place is really popular through the winter, with all the southern visitors coming up to stay for months at a time.
Gee, all these buildings weren't here when we were up here last, were they?
There's none of this.
No. boat ramp at Tomato Island is very steep. Called in for an overnight at Tomato Island, which isn't really an island, just a nice little place to camp. Bitumen, yay! Oh, how smooth is that? No more corrugations for a while though.
Hopefully it'll be bitumen all the way to Mataranka now. That's so much better.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? You can put a smile on your face.
Yeah, I'm just over the corrugations.
Here we go, finally reaching the crossroad. Head up to Mataranka. Mataranka, capital of the Never Never.
Mataranka thermal pools. Must be a good place because they've even named it after the Waterhouse River. It was a nice easy walk down to the thermal pools. It's a great place to dive in, have a bit of a cool off. It's really relaxing on the muscles. The water here is just absolutely crystal clear. We travelled from Mataranka up to Katherine. Katherine is quite a big town. There's just about everything you need here. He's having a sleep. Our plan was to book into a caravan park that would let us wash the car and the van. Everything was just so filthy. Really looking forward to giving this thing a wash this Arby.
Look how much is on there.
It was amazing how much dust was on the outside of the van and virtually nothing inside. It really was good. After leaving Katherine, we realised it was a good thing we picked up a couple of spare fuel filters. Our plan was to turn off at Pine Creek, head out through Kakadu National Park, all the way up to a small township of Jabiru, and then head out to Cahill's Crossing. Cahill's Crossing is right at the outer edge of Kakadu and on the edge of Arnhem Land. Well, this was our last camp before we got into Kakadu National Park. We weren't able to film in Kakadu as our commercial filming permits hadn't come through yet.